of the game. It's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? This is Tasha. I am back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping into my channel. I don't know if the last few videos I told y'all to like, comment, subscribe. What everybody tell y'all to do in every video that you watch. Same thing over here, okay? But I'm here because we have new episodes of Love is Blind for season 6. I usually do all the new episodes all in one video, child, but I have only watched episode 10, and these notes was getting a little bit long, honey. And I was like, I cannot. If I do all these episodes, I think this may be an hour and a half long video because this episode had a lot going on, and y'all, I was pissed off for most of the episode. Okay, so let's just jump right into the notes that we have for today, okay? So we pick up where we left off. So y'all all know Jeremy and Laura had got into it. Laura was definitely serving Jeremy his ASS, okay? We see that he then meets with his mom at the dog park because, you know, they're supposed to go together. But since Laura said, deuces, you got to go by yourself with your mama. He's now telling us what happened, saying that him and Sarah Ann left the bar at about 4:30. Sarah Ann was about to call an Uber. She's only like 8 miles away. So he was like, I'm just going to drive you home instead. He drives her home. They sit and they talk a little bit more. And then he comes home. It's just that simple. I'm innocent, okay? I am not guilty of doing anything beyond what I said I have done, okay? He tries to say he told his mama, he told Laura what happened. Jeremy, don't lie. We got the footage. All she got to do is roll back the footage to see how you tried to play in Laura's face. And I'm not even no Laura fan, but you was playing in her face, okay? His mom says, you better be glad it wasn't me, okay? He says he didn't think he would lose his fiance over it. And his mom's kind of like, really? Well, you should have called me because I would have told you you was going to lose your fiance over this. Like, I appreciate the mama for not sugarcoating it. But Jeremy, what did you really think was going to happen in this scenario? Okay. Y'all don't have enough history and your relationship is not stable enough to be able for you to pull these type of stunts. Like, and even if I have been with my man for years, you telling me that you went out with a girl I know like you and y'all was talking about hours and hours and hours and hours. Not gonna fly over here. Okay. We didn't see Amy and Johnny putting together a piece of furniture. Nothing to see here. Chelsea and Jimmy, they are going out to eat with y'all, his country family, okay? This is right here. I already knew was about to be so fake, all right? So she tells them, you know, Jimmy was so emotional. He opened up to her in the pause, which is why she fell for him. She says, you know, he had a great relationship with his family, and that really was important to me. Okay, girl. They say that they're both ready for marriage because they communicate well. Jimmy says that they had a fight, and she says, I wouldn't even call it a fight. Well, girl, what would you call it? This man said you was clingy. This man said he don't want your box no more, and he left for the night. So what would you call that exactly? Huh? Delulu. All right. He says when he thinks of the woman he wants, it's Chelsea, and he really loves her, and he's happy to call her his. Jimmy continues to lay it on as thick as some pita butter, okay? Because Jimmy, you don't even have to go this hard, but it's gonna make you look even more crazy in the end when y'all don't last because you are going this hard, okay? His mom says she can really see the connection with Chelsea and that the two of them have together. And I'm like, I don't know what connection you see in mama. You don't see this crazy in Chelsea's eyes in regards to your son? Girl, okay. We then see AD and Clay. They are out and he will be meeting her mom. She tells her mom that, you know, oh, this will be my first time seeing him today too, honey child, because yesterday was my last time seeing him and he didn't come home last night. And I had this real cute date out, like for us to, you know, all these words of affirmation and little snacks and stuff. And he ain't come home. Clay walks in. Please tell me y'all peeped how her mama was looking like she wanted a piece of Clay as well. I said, not how Stella got her groove back, because mama does look fine, okay? But that is your daughter's man. Mama, I'm going to need you to calm down, okay? Yes, Clay is a little bit cute, but take the time to get to know him and he won't look so cute to you after all, okay? But he tells, you know, her mom he's ready to get married. He's always wanted to get married. He thinks AD is really, you know, the walking testimony of what he needs in a spouse. He brings up another scripture that his mama told him. And I'm like, here you go. You keep bringing God into this mess. God did not instruct any of this mess, Clay. But he's definitely letting it all out as far as, you know, telling her mom about him, about how he grew up, his parents' relationship. I was like, Clay, can we get a break? Can we pause for a minute so that this mama doesn't know your whole birth story in the first 10 minutes of meeting you? She tells him, as he's talking about, you know, his parents cheating and divorce and all that, she's like, you know, your parents' stuff that's our stuff. You know, as kids, you guys got to figure out for yourself what's happening and what you want to do, but not take on the things that your parents has dealt with. And I can appreciate that. And she wants them to really use this opportunity to do what they think their parents could have done better. And I was like, come through, Mom. I'm here for it. Okay. His mom said that AD told her that she could follow him. And that's the first time she's ever heard AD say that about a man. And I said, girl, follow him where? To the QT? To the Target? To the Publix? Where am I following you at? Because you're not giving me leader, Clay. And no, thank you. But that's just for me. But I don't have to marry him. So it's cool. But the mom does give him sound advice, but I don't really think Clay is listening. I really think that this information would have been much better coming from Clay's parents, because her mom is like, oh, he speaks well, he carries himself well. And I'm like, yeah, Clay is good at showing what needs to be shown, but we need the actions to back up all the other things, or it essentially means nothing. Like, it don't mean nothing, okay? Clay leaves the two of them to talk. AD gets a little bit emotional as her mom encourages her and tells her, you know, her mom tells her how happy she is for her. They talk about the roadblock with Clay, and the mom really confirms that, you know, the parent stuff is their stuff. And I agree with that. She really pours into AD in this moment as well, really telling her, you know, everything that's for you. And if he can't appreciate whatever that is, then this ain't the man for you. Like, the support she is giving her is everything at this moment. But yeah, Clay needs to hear this from his parents as well, because he's the one carrying on the baggage from the marriage that his parents had and lost. Okay. And that's how it ends. So I said, well, I guess for now, we're just going to ignore that he didn't come home last night and she had a cute date night planned for them. All right, I guess. We then see Amy and Johnny. They're out and he is meeting her dad for the first time. Y'all, Amy in these little floral flowy dresses, these little cold shoulder shirts. Amy, child, dress a little bit younger, honey. Please leave these clothes where they at, girl. Johnny tells, you know, her dad more about him, his family dynamics. He tells Amy's dad tells Johnny about his relationship with Amy, his role as a dad, how he's really prayed for someone to come into her life to be with her. Side note, as they're talking, I'm like, I really hate Johnny's hair. Like, I really want him to cut this hair for the wedding. It would make him look so much better if he would get this hair cut in a style, because this just a flip here and a curl here and straight back here. This ain't it, okay? But anyway, Johnny asks for her dad's blessing and he says yes. And we all know this is what Amy needed in order for her to move forward. Ciao. This is where the episode took a turn, okay? So we are back with Jimmy and Chelsea. Child, they sitting outside. They talking about how great it was to, you know, meet his parents and his family and everything went well. He says he thinks he loves her even more now since she has met his family. Of course, anytime Chelsea goes to put this baby voice on when she just really doesn't want to address the problem that she has, but she's trying to talk like a baby so that it does not come off as harsh. We already know when she puts that voice on, she upset about something, and we about to get into it, okay? But she tells him that a girl from the pod saw him out the previous night and was asking why she wasn't with him. And she's like, yes, Jimmy went out with his friends just for like an hour or so. She had already gotten ready for bed. She didn't feel like getting out of bed again. Cool. He wasn't gone from the house that long. So she is trying to figure out now, based on this and him going out, if this is something she wants to deal with. I said, how did we go from 0 to 100? How did we go from you don't know if you can deal with this when this man was literally only out for an hour? You even acknowledge he was out for a very short time. So what is the problem exactly? She says that when they were in the pause, he was saying he doesn't go out. So now she feels like he lied to her. And he's like, I haven't gone out in 3 months. She's like, I haven't either. I've turned down outings with my friends. Well, girl, that is you, honey. If he truly only goes out with his friends once every 3 months, girl, that is 4 times a year. Suck it up and shut up. That is very much so reasonable. Even going out once a month with your friends is very much so reasonable when you are in a marriage and y'all see each other every single day. Girl, and you a flight attendant. What if he go out with his friends and you ain't even there and you at work? What does it matter, honey? What does it matter? I digress. At this point, I think she's just looking to pick a fight, and I'm upset that she has me taken up for Jimmy at this point. She is really just, she's so insecure, and the thought of him being out of her eyesight and in the eyesight of other women, that's why she wants to be able to be with him all the time. Because if she has an eye on him, then no other woman can try to steal him from her. Girl, Jessica is probably the only other person out here that wants Jimmy. All right. So she starts grilling him about, where he goes when he's at work, who he texts all day, where he goes when he leaves the house. And I'm like, has something happened? Has he cheated? Where is all this questioning really coming from? Because it's really bothering her. Y'all not going to be in each other's skin all day. She says she wants him to take a step back from his friends. And he says no. And I am with Jimmy. Because if you do not go out with your friends like that, this is a moot point. This is not an issue. Chelsea is crazy. But she follows him to the bathroom. He leaves and goes to the bathroom. She follows him to the bathroom to keep arguing, and how she's saying it's uncomfortable for him to be out with his friends. And now at this point, I was like, so these are the friends that are the girls. The one that I told y'all last video, where these friends come from in 2 years. Are these people you used to date and it didn't work out romantically, so now they're your friend? I said that. She then starts crying because apparently he had sex with one of those friends. And he said it was only one time. I told you, I just wanted to be transparent. So now we know why she is flipping out. And again, the minute we saw those friends, we already knew. I feel like most of us was like, something has happened here. I'm sure something has transpired here between all of you, or at least one of you, okay? She continues to whine and questions him and says she heard he was with Jessica the night before. And he was like, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Who told you that? Did Mackenzie tell you that? Because Mackenzie's the one that says she saw him. He's like, I was not. And at this point, I feel like Chelsea was trying to throw things out there to see if he would confirm what she thought. I don't think nobody told her he was out there with Jessica. I think she threw that out there to see if he would then confirm that he was out there so that she could then further spaz out on him, okay? He tells her that she is insecure based on this Jess thing, and is. He tells her that she is also fishing for things, and this is when Jimmy, he starts to go hard, and I'm like, I do believe him. Again, I am so upset she has me taking up and being on the side of Jimmy because I don't care for Jimmy, but Jimmy is right in this moment. She keeps saying, this isn't the type of person I want to be with. And he asks, do you not want to be with him? She says it makes her question what the F she has done. Well, girl, leave. Y'all are not married yet. You can leave. To the left, everything you own in a box to the left. You can leave, ma'am. Nothing is tying you to be here if you are unsure what the F you have done. Chelsea is insane and unhinged. Jimmy continues to go in, and at this point, I'm loving it, y'all. I am completely loving him standing his ground with her. He says he's doing all he can to get her to trust him and to trust how, he is going to be as a husband. And if she doesn't believe that, then he doesn't want to be with her either. So, child, we are at this huge fight because Jimmy went out for about an hour and a half to celebrate his friend's birthday. I couldn't even believe that this is what has transpired because of that. Jimmy is over it. She says she isn't sure if he loves her. She then follows him into the bathroom yet again, and she's like, don't leave me. it might be a chemical imbalance happening with this child, or she really has to stop drinking. She has to stop drinking. But he says that she has overstepped his boundaries, and it seems like they're breaking up, but not so fast. AD and Clay, they're at home discussing upcoming plans. Her sister's coming into town for the dress fitting. They looking at colors. They fill out the marriage license online. He says it's probably the easiest application he's ever filed. And he says, you know, I've always heard it's easy to get in, hard to get out. Facts. We found out at this moment, we know his dad has been a cheater because Clay has put all his parents' business out here and on this TV screen. But he lets us know that his dad was cheating since year 7 of their marriage. And I'm like, wasn't his parents married for like 25 years? Are you kidding me, man? Your mama is a better than woman than I would ever be, because it ain't no way. It ain't no way I am staying with you and you decide to cheat on me for a good 15 years of our marriage. Couldn't be me, child. Couldn't be me. He tells her all the things he loves about her, what he's seen on TV as far as he's watched, you know, Love is Blind, and about, you know, what a husband is supposed to be. He's a little bit embarrassed that he doesn't essentially stand up to that. She tells him that she is okay with a yes or no at the altar, but she will not be a forever fiance. And she doesn't think she will continue to date him after. If he says no at the altar, she cannot continue to date him. He says that he is not good at leading in a relationship. And he said that, I was like, well, you're not ready to be a husband. How, if you can't lead in a relationship, how are you think you're ready to take a relationship to the next level and lead a wife and potentially children in the future, Clay? Tell me where this makes sense at, because it don't make sense. I really don't understand how AD is just disregarding what he is saying. But because AD is Mr. Fix-A-Hoe, and she's like, I'm okay with taking the lead right now. If you need a little bit more from me, you know, it's going to be a give and take in the relationship. Yes, AD, that is correct. It's give and take. But you need to look at these glaring red flags this man is throwing up and stop painting your nails and your toes to match and actually do something about it and leave, honey. Because this ain't going to work out. This is not going to work out long-term in your favor, okay? So back to Chelsea and Jimmy. They are back together. She's creeping around the house like a little burglar. Don't want to say nothing. Don't want to ruffle no feathers. He says, sup. They talk about the fight. Jimmy says that he was so sure when she met his family, you know, about, you know, wanting to get married and loving her. But now based on her actions, he doesn't trust her judgment. He thought about, you know, the previous day. He's like, I went on this 4-mile walk. I was thinking about what I wanted. And I do want a wife. But, you know, now I feel really betrayed. And now I don't want to get married. And I was like, so now we down another couple? We are down another. We about to have 3 couples out. Okay. So then she says, so you're saying you don't want to get married? Yes, girl. That is what he said. He made it clear he did not want to marry you. Okay. But she, of course, starts to cry. And I'm like, cry me a river, Chelsea, because you have self-sabotaged this thing because of your insecurities. Like, I don't have no sympathy for you at this point. You set yourself up for this, so you got to lie in the bed that you have now made, okay? She says it was really a bad night, and he threw in the towel because of a hiccup. No, Chelsea, this is your character, honey. This is not just a hiccup. Stop trying to get sympathy because you're talking about, oh, when things get harder, you're going to walk away, and I'm not walking away. Who cares? You're crazy. And nobody should have to put up with this. You have to work on yourself, honey. You need some serious help, honey. She asks what else she can do for him to basically make him say yes. And I give an eye roll because I'm like, here she go, trying to flip it. And is like, I can't force him to stay with me, but if he tells me what I need to do for him to say yes, then I'll just do those things. The way y'all been arguing every other day and y'all have only known each other for a few weeks, y'all don't need to be together. Y'all really don't need to be together. But Jimmy tells her, don't cross the line on, the things you said the previous night. And she's like, yeah, and same to you. Girl, once you have crossed the line, I'm going all the way over, okay? You can't then tell me how far over the line to go when you have started the mess, okay? You open the door, you got to be ready for whatever walks through it, Chelsea, okay? So now they say they love each other again. She's sitting on the couch and she's like, you can't be dressing like that when I'm mad at you. I like those pants. Chelsea, shut up. Like, the way y'all just try to brush past these significant issues and fights that y'all be having as if it is nothing, it just blows my mind. Y'all are toxic. Chelsea is manipulative. I cannot stand her. If y'all get married and stay together, y'all two deserve each other and whatever comes with that, okay? So we then see the couples get together again, and then we're going to have some people drop in from the pods. The ladies and the guys separate and start talking separately. Laura has to catch the girls up on what happened. Amy then tells the group what Johnny told her based on what Jeremy told him. And all I can think about is this top. I don't know why Laura keeps wearing these halter tops with the crisscross and the boobage happening, because, but baby, your boobs don't sit up enough. You got to get the boob tape to get them to sit right, okay? This is not, I want you to stop wearing these shirts because this is not the first one you have worn, okay? It's just not flattering. But Laura talks about Sarah Ann, how she has no respect for her, but she really blames Jeremy because he made the commitment. She says that since she has left, she has not heard from Jeremy and she doesn't think he ever loved her. Jeremy then shows up in a Hawaiian shirt. I said that was Jeremy taking a dig at Laura because he know Laura cannot stand these Hawaiian shirts. He did that just to spite her. And I thought it was funny because I don't care for either one of them. But of course, she does not want to see him. He tells the guys that they haven't spoken in 3 days and he doesn't know what to say. He tried texting her. He tried sending her flowers, but Laura is paying him dust, as she should. He said he was on board with working things out, but she doesn't want to be talked to or treated that way. And I'm like, again, what did you expect was going to go down with that, Jeremy? You can say you just talked all you want, but how do you really expect her to believe that's all you did with Sarah Ann? That's really all I have to say. And then guess who shows up? It's Trevor. Now, Trevor has also surprised us on the internet with the things that have been said, but we're going to focus on the show and not what is being spilled real time on social media, okay? But Chelsea sees Trevor and she's like, oh, he is beefy and he looks good. Like, that's the guy I usually go for. We all know that. And you knew that too, but you wanted to beat out Jessica. We all know this, okay? Then Mackenzie and Jessica show up. Of course, Chelsea is now getting stressed out because Jessica's now here. Jimmy is here and they're finally going to see each other face to face. Jess comes over. Jimmy goes in for the side church hug from her. Chelsea is definitely about to have a meltdown any minute now, okay? Jessica sits down with messy ass Laura and she says, oh my God, my heart is in my butt. I'm so nervous. Girl, for Jimmy, bye. Chelsea is, of course, she says Chelsea is attached to Jimmy at the waist. Babe, can you give me something else to drink? She's sitting with him. She's keeping her good eye on him when he is out of her sight. Because let's be honest, you are scared that y'all just had this big fight. Y'all have made up, but now he sees Jessica. And you know that is your competition forever and always will be if y'all stick together. But Jimmy tells Jessica that she's, beautiful. He is attracted to her. And then they decide they're going to go off by themselves and talk. And y'all know this makes Chelsea uncomfy. She's now uncomfy yet again. So they sit and they talk. She says, she is good. He says, he's good as well. He doesn't have any securities. It's the most secure he felt in a long time. Okay. He says, she has met his family and meet the family was the easiest part so far. And then after that, they had their biggest fight. Jessica tells him to be good to her. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling you this. But just, this isn't advice coming from an ex. This is, this is coming from a good friend of Chelsea. He's like, so you are my ex? Technically, no. But you know what she's saying, Jimmy. Shut up. He said he felt pressured with Jessica, which is why, of course, he got scared. You are too weak for her. I still stand firm on that. She tells him that she cried probably the most she's ever cried in her life the night that she found out he told Chelsea that he loved her. And she's like, I don't think that there are any bad intentions, but, you did the best that you could at the time. Girl, Jimmy was playing in your face in the pods. Don't let up on him, all right? She tells him that he never flat out said how he felt about her. He was like, you're probably the smartest person I've ever met. You're beautiful, you're witty. And she's like, okay, tell me more. I'm just playing, y'all. But she was living for this moment, okay? He tells her that if she gives any man even a portion of what he gave to her, he will be a lucky man and she was still his number one. I was like, wow. To say that is a lot. To give any man a portion of what you gave to me, that will be a lot. And he will be one lucky guy. Yeah, Jimmy, now you are regretting you sound real stupid because if she was still your number one, why didn't you pick her? You are just rethinking your whole life right now that you've seen her. You're talking to her. She's still somewhat feeling you. You are definitely rethinking this whole makeup you just did with Chelsea because you had your foot out the door and now you was reeled back in. And now I'm sure you are like, why didn't I stick to my guns? And why didn't I get out of this when I had the chance? But too late, Jimmy. You get what you get. You don't pitch a fit. So like my grandma take, oh, so sad. Oh, well, that's just how the cookie crumbles, Jimmy. But y'all, I will come back once I have watched episode 11 and we will chat it up about the episodes then. I really hope we get a wedding or something the next episode. But this episode was juicy for me, okay? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Peace.